Good morning, welcome back to my humble little YouTube channel. I'm sure most of you would have watched the video that I posted yesterday on the good old Powerpool batteries made in Australia. So I'm testing these batteries out for Paul from Powerpool Australia. As you're aware, what I've got in the back here now, in case you haven't been watching my prior videos, I've got a 12 volt 330 amp hour capacity, that's right, 330 amp hour capacity lithium battery in my vehicle. So you probably would have heard of late, I've been talking a bit about my large air fryer. So if you haven't seen it, here she is. This is the one I have not been able to run. Hey, man guys, there's a magpie just flew right up here. I'm surprised it didn't actually come up. Actually, these magpies are very tame. Let me see if I can get him to come up on the bench here. Now I don't feed them, but someone around here must be, because these are really tame magpies. There's been times I've been sitting out in the back of the house here on the chair, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, a magpie will come up and sit on my legs. Okay. Hey, magpies, come on, come and get it. Come on, come on. It's coming. Only a metre away. Come on. You know you want it. Come on. Come on. I told you. Told you guys, I wasn't kidding. If you want to see it again. They're like a pet. Here, come on. Come on, come and get the other one. Yeah, it's for you. Come on. Come on. Don't fight. Come on. Oh my gosh. Huh. Holy truth, guys. There are, oh my god, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I think I saw another one just fly over here. Oh shit, 14, 15. 15 magpies right under the camera. And they're actually on the camera. Shit. Come here, come on. Come on, there's one right here. Come on. I know you want it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get off my camera. Come on. Come on. If you want it, come and get it. Come on. Who's the taker? Did you see that, guys? Here. Literally almost just flew and took it out of my hand. Here, I'll set it right there. Okay? Go for it. Someone take it. Come on. There we go. Alright. Give me room, guys. Hilarious. I hope the sound is better, because if it's not, this is the best I can set it up with, because I've got to connect it to the network cable today. So let's hope it's better. I can't read any chats. I'll try to figure it out later, get the chats. But I'm going to put this bad boy to the chest now. And I'm going to cook a meat pie. So quick lunch. So I've got one of these frozen meat pies. So this is frozen. Just going to put it right here. We've got the inverter turn on. We've got a 100% fully charged 12 volt 330 amp hour battery here with a continuous discharge of 250 amps. Now you might have noticed I've been talking a lot that I haven't been able to run this without the assistance of a generator. And the reason that being is because of that iTech World 120X. Doesn't perform at what they claim it does. So let's work in about stake setting 180, and I'm going to set a time back to probably 20 minutes 22 minutes. I'll give it 22 minutes. That should be cooked in 22 minutes. Now we've got a fair bit of a breeze blowing here, so whether that makes any effect. So now guys, we're off grid here. I've got no electrical power connected to this, and this battery's going to handle it no problems at all. So we've got a 330 amp hour battery here, and we are drawing 166 amps out of the battery. So we're on 1.6 kilowatts, which is what my multi-plus is rated at. Continuous 1.6 it's rated at. As you can see here, so 7.1 amps is coming out of the output to power this one here. Now I've got a induction cooktop here that we're going to use also, but I won't use it the same time as I'm using this one, because guys, the battery will handle it no problems. I could use both the induction cooktop and this air fryer, no problems at all. It's within specs of the battery, but I don't have a big enough inverter. So if I had the next size inverter, the 3000 VA, I'd be able to do all this at once. So here we go. So we're now drawing, now take notice, the battery voltage is at 12.85 volts guys, so 2150 watts. Okay, it's coming out of this battery. Alright, because you got a little bit of loss when you're converting 12 volt to 240 volt, so you got to take that loss factor in effect. So we're now 1.59 kilowatts, which is close to 1600 watts. So we're running right on that. So this air fryer is just a perfect match for this setup. Now the beauty with the air fryers guys is they don't run continuously at this 1.5, you can see now 1.59. They don't run continuously at that. It's once they reach the temp, then they cycle on and off. So in the long run it actually becomes a lot more economical. So we've been going now for, how long we've been going for now? About 3 minutes. And there we go, we've lost, what's that, 3% out of the battery so far. So at 167 coming out of it, it's telling me I've got a remaining time of 1 hour and 38 minutes. So even with the 330 amp hour battery guys, so it's the thing, you got to consider that. So if you're out camping and I was to cook with this the whole time, then I will definitely would want to be using solar panel. The magpies are having a treat here guys. They are absolutely loving this. I've got a real audience here. There's about 10 of them right in front of me. Come on, who wants it? Come on. You saw one came right up, and whoop, one is just about to come up. Let me give him a bit of space. Come on. Come on magpies, on camera. Alright, we've got one. We've got one coming. One was just about to take out of my hand, but then another one just flew up in the air and took that. How cool is that? So yeah, so what are we looking at now? Battery's capacity at 96%, and we've got, so it's actually got the heat now guys, so it's not running. You can hear it running, it's just the fan, but within what, 4 minutes, within 3-4 minutes it's already reached the heat, and now we're only drawing 82 watts, so it's only taken out 9.5 amps out of the batteries. Yeah, I know you're finding this very interesting, magpies. Now this is the beauty with the air fryer, what I've been telling you all along, the advantage with these air fryers, and they cook the food really good. I know, yes, I could cook this in a what do you call, the Trouble Buddy, which I have, but that's going to take a frozen pie. It's going to take 2.5 hours to cook, And yeah, you could cook it while you're traveling on the road, which is fine for that. But you're not going to get the pie cooked as good as what these things are cooked. And these are a lot cheaper. These are a lot cheaper as well. So if you got the gear, you know, you got the 240 volt, and you got the battery capacity, guys, seriously look into these. I've got another little one, about 3 litres, and it draws 1000 amps, and guys, it is a beauty, and it only cost me $50 at the local JB Hi-Fi, and I bought that about 14 months ago, and still works to this day, no problems at all. I can cook fries in there, I can cook, there's enough room, plenty of room for a meat pie, I can cook sausage rolls, etc. And when you're talking, you know, like the sausage rolls, frozen sausage rolls, even when they're from frozen, they only take about 20 minutes to cook. So if you actually had them thawed out a bit, a lot quicker. So this will cook right up to 210 degrees. Now, Stephen, if you're watching this, can you send me a message on the phone to let me know if the audio and the picture's all good? I've got one magpie is just standing right at my feet here. It's unbelievable. So I told you guys, the magpies are very friendly here. So I love them. I think they're awesome. I think they're cute. So so now that's got about 16 minutes to go. When that's finished cooked, I'm going to then test my induction cooktop here. So the induction cooktop, what I've got here, I know a few people have been asking, and the magpies are very keen to know as well exactly what I've got. My goodness, don't wet me phone. Alright, so those who's been querying about my induction cooktop, even though I have spoken about this one in the past, but this one is specific for RVs, barbecues and recreational use. What that means, I think it's just a mumbo jumbo to ask for more money, because honestly I've seen these priced from about $100, which is what I paid for this one, for the same one, right up to about $550. So Australian design, purpose built for RV, barbecue and recreational use. It's called a Smart Touch Slimline. So I bought this around about 1.5 years or so ago, and it gets used a lot. I use this every day. So I use this in place of my stove in the house as well. So it's always with me. So it's either when I'm home, it's in the car I cook with, or when I'm out camping, depending if I had a powered site or I had the generator, I'd cook with this. But now that I've got this beauty of a 330 amp hour lithium battery in here, just checking the battery cable temps, and they are just barely warm. So we've been drawing for 8 minutes now. We've been going for 8 minutes, and let me tell you how much I've taken out. Consumed amps, 17.8 amps out of the battery. So I've gone through, so what were we at? About 9 minutes. So this has been running for about 9 minutes, just over close to 10 minutes now, and we've consumed 18.4 amps out of the battery. So it gives you an idea on the efficiency of these guys. So as I mentioned, once they get to temp, they'll cycle on and off. So I haven't heard back from Steve, so it looks like the signal, we're all working pretty good. So let's talk about, so this is the one, if you want to have a closer look at it, this is the one that I'm using. Okay, it's a little bit dirty, I should have cleaned it, but it's clean enough for this purpose. And that's the one So it's rated up to a maximum 1800 watts, but you got different settings. You got a 500 watt, 1000 watt, 1500 watt and 1800 watt. Now you also got a barbecue setting here as well, where you can put like a nice cast iron hot plate on the top and select the barbecue setting, and apparently performs like as if you're cooking on a fire, a very hot fire on a barbecue setting. I've never tried that. And it's also got a timer, etc. It's got a child safety lock on here as well, and it's also got temps, so you can actually set it to different temps. So instead of wattage, you can select what temperature you want to cook on your hot plate. Now when I first saw this, I've always interested in the induction cooktop, but I was never going to pay the sort of money that they were at the time. So I was at the local camping store in Bulbong Street in Bundy called Bundy Disposals, I think they are. Check them out, guys. They've got a website and they sell some really good quality products there, including the whole range of the Winterwell stoves, etc. And if you're interested in the Winterwell fold-up stove that I've showed in some of my prior videos, that's where I purchased it from. You can purchase them there and they're always on a discounted price. The wind is really blowing here, guys, so I hope there's not too much wind noise on the mic. I am using a professional mic with the windsock on it, so hopefully. Now I haven't heard anything back from Steve. I got no messages, so hopefully we're all working fine here. So I was in there checking out something else and I saw this heavily discounted down to about $100. So I went to the guy and I asked him about it, and I thought, well, $100, I'm going to give it a go. And I read on it 500 watts, and I thought, wow, 500 watts? Man, I've got a 700 watt inverter in my vehicle at the time. I said, this will work perfectly. I'm going to take it, I'm going to try it. So I got home, opened the package up, plugged it in, turn it on, bing, it goes out. Okay, goes out. The inverter just cuts out. Strange. 700 watt inverter, what's going on here? So, and I thought, so I tried again, and I tried 2 times. It kept cutting out all the time again. So this is weird. I thought maybe this wasn't working. So I went in the house, plugged it in, put a pot on it, boiled the water in about 3 minutes. Worked no problems. Okay, all right, that's weird. Okay, so I packed it up, took it back in the car, tried again, turned it on, bing. But see, I don't know much about induction cooktops. I don't know how they work. So I thought, something's going on. Why is it not working? So I grabbed the watt meter. I've got a 240 volt watt meter that I can plug into a 240 volt outlet. Plug this into it, set that to 500 watt, turned it on, boom, this thing came on, it was drawing 1000 watts. And then what happened is, got a message. This is probably from Steven telling me the sound is crap up the shit and you guys can't hear anything. If it is, guys, I'm just gonna cut it. So what's the verdict? What's the verdict, Steve? Is it any good? Working great. Woohoo! That means we're gonna stay on air. Okay. What was I talking about again? This has got 9 minutes to go, by the way, and we're down to 92% battery capacity. It's only drawing 80 watts because it's already at heat. 24.4 amps. So I drew 24.5 amps out of this battery, and it's been running for 15 minutes. 15 minutes or so. 24. So what, roughly you'll be looking at 100 amps per hour. So I'd have no problems. This has got a rotisserie as well. I will have no problems cooking a roast in here for 2 hours and I'll still have 130 amp hours of battery life to see me through to the next day. How awesome is that? And then if I was travelling that day on the road as I'm driving along, my Red Arc 1250D, which puts in up to 50 amps into the battery, will put that charge back in within like 4 hours. If it's not, then when I reach the next camp, I'll just pull out the solar panels and take her up to peak. So getting back to this, so I noticed when I turned it on 1000 watts and then set at 500 watts, it then cycled off and then cycled on. So I thought, okay, so how they're getting away with claiming this at 500 watts is the average it'll consume over a period of time. So it'll cycle on, cycle off for about the same time, on, off, okay? And then you set it at 1000 watts, then it just stays on 1000 watts. You set it at 1500, then it's kind of consuming around 1350, 1400 thereabouts. And 18, well, I've never tried 1800 watts, guys, because the high-tech world would shit itself. It would say, nah, I don't want to know anything about this. I'm going to heat up and I'm going to shut down on you. So there you go. Pi's got 6 minutes to go. And guys, it's still not using anything because it's at heat now. This thing is well insulated, guys. It's got rubber seals around it. If you ever see one of these are brilliant. They're great. Another thing, guys, I use this in the house. I cook whenever I need to bake anything. I use it in the house instead of our stove because it saves you electricity too. As soon as you turn them on, bang, they're at the heat, so you don't have to worry about consuming power in your oven. If you've got an electric oven, for like 15 minutes to get it up to temp before you have to start cooking something. These things are just so much efficient. So guys, it's still only drawing 80 watts, and now it's just turned on. For that's been off for a long time. So that's what I want to show you. 28 amps. So I've only drawn 28 amps out of my battery, and it's been going for 18 minutes, 28 amps. So overall, and guys, I'm telling you now, I've got a stiff breeze blowing right through at this. Okay, so that's not helping this a lot. So if there was no breeze, if I had this sheltered, if I had a wall on that side sheltering this is going to be more efficient. I don't know if you can see the breeze blowing or not, but there's quite a stiff breeze there. So yeah, so don't get confused. And you know, you go on this company's website, this Smart Touch Slimline, and one of the big things they claim is that you can use a small inverter on this. You can set right down to 500 watts and get away with a small inverter. So this is some of the false claims that are given in these. So I would never ever, guys, never ever pay full price for these. Get them for $100 less. That's all. They're great for that, but they're absolutely brilliant to cook on. They could be blowing a storm and blowing a gale, and I could put my fry pan on there and cook no problems at all. And I've got no gas to carry, etc. So we only got a few minutes for this pie to go, and we are 30 amps, so we're drawing at 30 amps here. So by probably the time this is cooked, that pie will be cooked. Probably only end up consuming what, 35-40 amps the most, and that's from a frozen pie. So if that was thawed out, that would be well under. So next time I'll do a similar test to this, and I'll let the pie thaw out, which is probably what I would do in reality if I'm out camping. Instead of wasting this energy on frozen product, I'll let it thaw out beforehand, and by just taking out the freezer, put it in the fridge that morning, and then when lunch comes, just pull this out, boom, bang, away you go. And no major cleaning to do, simple to clean. So yeah, so we're now 31 and we're still on power, 2.16, so it's at 2,155 watts coming out of the battery. Because remember, I've got the fridge running here as well, and of course you've got the losses when you're converting from 12 volt to 240 volt. If you go for a 24 volt system, you will be able to, you will have less energy loss in converting the 24 volt to 240 volt. Vice versa, if you go for a 48 volt system, then you'll be running a lot more efficient and a lot more amps draw. You can get away with much smaller cables. In fact, guys, I'm going to update the cable. So I'm touching the cable here, and the negative is cool, the cat touch. I've got just a tad, a little bit of heat in the positive. Not an issue at all. Okay, not an issue at all, guys. But yeah, because the cable's a little bit longer run, and also it's a little bit thinner. Surprisingly, it's actually a bit thinner, because I had these cables made up by a local auto electrician in town, and I haven't replaced the positive. So I think the positive's about 50 mil square and the negative's about 70 mil square, and 70 mil's ideal. It's cool to the touch. We've got just a little bit of warmth in the positive. Not ideal, but this is cooked. I think this is cooked. So I had that in for 22 minutes. So I might give that another minute or so. I cooked it for 25 minutes the other day and it was slightly overcooked. So I'm thinking, because we got a bit of a breeze blowing here. Now if I was out camping, ideally, oops, that's 220, we don't want 220, hang on, let's go to a setting where it's got 180, here we go, 180, set the time, I'll give it another 3 minutes at that. So I'm actually giving 4 minutes. So I'm cooking this, testing it in the worst conditions. It's a strong stiff breeze blowing right at this, and putting in a frozen pipe. So what are we consuming now so far? 33.9, so say 34, so we've consumed 34 out of this now. So and battery, the positive terminal, okay, I've got a temperature sensor sitting on the positive terminal of the battery, and I think it's relating, because I'm using a bit thinner wire on the positive. I've got a battery terminal temperature of 36 degrees Celsius, which is okay, it's not too bad, but ideally you would like it lower than that. Guarantee. Now I do have a gauge. Let me check what the negative is. Okay, the negative is 26 degrees Celsius, guys. The positive is at, so I'm reading 32 on here, so it says 36 on there. So yeah, so there's a little bit of difference between the negative, but so if once I change to a much bigger cable, like I got on the positive, 26 degrees, that on the negative, that positive is going to be the same. Now I've got the cable there, guys, I've just got to make it up and just swap it over. So these are handy to have with you. These are awesome to have. So the battery box, actually, that's the terminal. Remember, we've got a Bluetooth app now here. So let's log into the Bluetooth app and let's see if what the Bluetooth app is telling me, if it's the same as what that one's telling me. So Bluetooth app is saying we're at 89.1%. My Victron shunt here is telling me we're at 88%. So that's pretty close. Current draw minus 9.9, current draw minus 9.4. It's shown here. So we're pretty well accurate. All the cells are within, well, there's no difference. All the cells, the voltages on all the cells are spot on. So there's no difference there. And the temp of the battery, 26 degrees Celsius, which is the same temp as what the positive was, what the negative terminal is, 26. So the battery, we had 25 on the outside the case. So the battery's nice and cool, 26 degrees, and we've had constant 170 amp withdrawal load off that battery in the past half hour. So now I think that pie is taking a little bit longer to cook because of this strong breeze. So, which is not a problem, it's still cooking. Well, what are we drawing off it so far? 38. So let's say we're probably going to draw, 40 amps by the time this is cooked. So I've still got 290 amps capacity in this battery, guys. 290 amps after cooking a meal for half an hour in this one here. So how awesome that. So we're now showing 88.5 and we're showing 87 here. So now guys, these Bluetooth monitors you see here, they're not 100% accurate. So they're not the ideal to use to keep monitoring your battery. I always recommend to get a quality shunt, such as the Victron BMV 712 that I've got here, with the external graph here shown there. So I'm getting 10 degrees warmer temp on the positive than I am getting on the negative. And I put that down to that 50mm cable there, guys. Even though some say 50mm cable is more than enough, particularly going by the books for the Multi Plus that I've got, I always like to upsize it. And you see the difference there. So we're showing 88 here and we're showing 87% there. So awesome. Okay. Alright, so this give this another, that's cooked now. So I'm just going to take this in. This pie's not for me. I'm going to cook something else for me on the induction cooktop. So that's done now. Oh, I bet you the magpies will love this. And this is really nice and crunchy, guys. I don't know if you can see that. That's crispy, crunchy skin. So they're going to love this. So I'm just going to take this inside and then I'll come back straight away and cook my lunch. Go away, magpies. This is mine. Yes, silly magpies. Let me turn this off. We're done with that. So we're at 87% charge rate, and I just cooked with my big air fryer for nearly half an hour and consumed 40 amps. So now magically Here. Make a bit of room here, guys. Is this too hot to move? No, it's not. Well insulated. That's what I mean, guys. This thing here, surprisingly, I mean, not very expensive at all, these, and yet they are so well insulated. So I can just pick this up. Look, guys, just pick this up, and I'll just move this on the ground here. The magpies can enjoy the smell of that. My induction cooktop. There we go. So let's turn this on. That's on 500 watt setting now. It's drawing 992 watts. Now it's on. Now it's just turned on. Now it's just turned on. Now it's turned off. And now it's turned on. And now it's turned off. So average over time. So put that to 1000 watts. So let's put that on 1000 watts. And that is now 1.1 kilowatts. Drawing 1355 watts out of the battery. 104 amps. Battery voltage over 13 volts. So we're drawing 104 amps. It's telling me we've still got over 5 hours remaining time. So I can cook quite a few meals with this setup, guys. That's really impressed about that actually, guys, because it's a lot more efficient than I expected to be. So cooking a full meal, but I'm boiling some water here, so let's whack it up to 1500 watts. So what are we drawing here? Okay, still well within the specs, so we're drawing 1.35 kilowatts out of my inverter, which will handle that no problems at all. 132 amps out of the battery, because I want to get this water to boil, and it's already bubbles starting to form there already. So I'm going to cook up, I don't know what you call these, I've got these red sausages here, these big red sausages. Put them to here, going to boil them up and put them in one of these buns. So this will be a nice quick yummy meal to cook when you're travelling on the side of the road, because with the induction, an induction will boil your water and cook these up very quickly. Even though the wind has picked up, it's even stronger now than it was before. Where's the tie-off point? Where's the tie-off for the I had it for this? What do I do with it? Okay, alright, that's alright. Might just keep these fresh, put them in the fridge. Got a full load of fridge here, got a roast sitting here, guys. Stephen, you'll love this. Look what I got here. Your favourite chicken that I always cook for you when I go camping. Did you see that, Steve? Are you still watching? I know Stephen's out camping at the moment. Let me just go in the house and go. This is starting to boil a little bit now. Let me go in the house and get a knife so I can cut these open. I tell you what, guys, that was a bit risky, leaving these two fresh baked bread rolls sitting on top here with all these magpies around. Whew. Wasn't thinking there, was I? That's yeah, a bit dodgy doing that, eh? Tell you what, you guys would have had a laugh, I bet, huh? Would you have felt sorry for me, yes or no? Comment down, put a comment. I can't read the comments yet. I haven't worked out what's the best way, a good way to get comments. But is this still working good? So, I hope are you watching, Buck? Oh, love these fridges, guys. I don't have to sit here with this big, heavy, more weight in the vehicle taking up more room. Honestly, guys, got a 110 litre fridge here, 110 litre fridge with a 9.5 kilo thereabouts freezer. And thank you, Dave from Horizon Touring, sent me up this cup. I'm going to have a nice cold drink of sarsaparilla. I had my ice machine going. Now it's starting to warm up a bit. I'm going to have to put the ice maker back in my vehicle. Have you noticed anything different, guys? I put too much water in there. Do I look different? I went to the markets this morning, got a $10 haircut. Have you noticed it? Yeah? Still got a bit more hair than you, Buck, I reckon. Let me see if I can get the comments up now. %, charge, 82%. I would definitely 100% go on the Victron shunt for accuracy, more so than what the Bluetooth shunt is. Showing 1,729 load. We've got 1,681 load on the battery shown on here. So it's fairly current, 133 amps, we've got 130 amps there. So it's shown a little bit more, but where it's really handy, guys, temperature 28 degrees Celsius. So, and what have we got? Okay, interesting, the positive cable. So we got 35 degrees on the positive. We've got about 29 on the negative. So we definitely have a slight issue with the positive there, don't we? So which I am aware of. So this is not too far of being ready. Got way too much water in there to boil. It's half full, guys, it's half full of water. So let me try 1.31. Let me try 1800 watts. Never been able to try 1800 watts. There we go. Oh, we've got a warning. Okay, it's not from the battery, it's from my Multi Plus. I've drawn a bit too much on the Multi Plus. Okay, so the most I can draw is 1500 watts out of this one. So if I had the, like I mentioned, if I had the next size Multi Plus up, I would have had no problems running both of these, what you saw, at the same time. And guys, not a great big difference. I know, I don't know if you're watching this, Exceed Campers. I saw you're starting to, if you don't mind, I'm going to offer some advice. I notice you're starting to use the Victron gear as standard, some of them as standard, in your off-road Australian made camper trailers, which are made in Brisbane. So guys, check them out. These are awesome trailers, and they are very well priced for what you get. These are very well built trailer, manufactured here in Australia, Australian components with really good gear. And it's gone to the extent now, you buy one of them, you're going to get Victron gear as standard. He's supplying the pretty much similar setup what you see here, except I recommend go check out PowerPole Australia batteries. This will be perfect instead of running 2 batteries. That's the beauty with these. You've got a single battery that's not much bigger in size than what the iTech World 120X battery is. So this is just about ready now. So how much did that consume? 60 amps. So we could consume 20 amps getting these, cooking these sausages here, which is not an issue when you've got 330 amps to play with. So we're at 79% capacity. So I cooked a full-on meal here with the induction cooktop and an air fryer, and I've still got 80% capacity left in the battery. Now if I had solar panels out, they'll get that back up to maximum by the end of the day. So that's brilliant. Okay, let's turn that off. Now, in an ideal situation, I would have parked the car so that the wind would be coming in from behind me, so that the door would be blocking the wind. Okay? And that will make Kyle will Magpie. You want my food, don't you? Put this over here. Here, you want some of this bread? Come here. Come on. Come here. I know you want it. But it's just below you, where you're sitting. Just look underneath you. You'll see a magpie, because it's right underneath you. I kid you not, guys. Right underneath you. Right under it. You're probably sitting on it. It's right under the camera. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Oh, come on. Here. I'll set it right. Look. Right there. Take it. Take it. Just don't take my meal when I'm not looking. You're probably wondering if I'm going to eat both of these. Don't know, I'm going to keep you wondering. I could have one for someone inside, or I could be eating both of them. You don't know. Barbecue sauce. Best move you can ever do, guys. And it's, I'll shut up and eat this right now because you probably won't be able to hear me with the wind noise. The wind is picking up stronger now. Come on. I need that friendly one back. So all the magpies are gone. I've only got one right at my feet here, eating that bit of bread. All the rest took off. They all took off in one hit. So my guess is whoever's feeding them, they all went that way. So there must be a house just down the street here. It's all gone there for a feed. That's nice. So 79%. How cool is that? Let me see if I can get the chats up now. So that's saying 79%. What's this saying? 80.9%. 79%, 80.9. Hey, what? It's pretty accurate. Battery temp 28 degrees. And all the individual cells are all identical. So that's cool. Probably guess it's going to eat the second one, eh? I'm hungry. I've been out walking a bit this morning, and then I was up early, had very early brekkie, did a bit of walking, and went to the market and got a cooktop. Little 1.5, whoop, straight over. And come back here, set all this up. Now, depending what the weather's like, guys, this Tuesday I'm going to head off, go camping somewhere nearby. I'm not sure where yet. There's a couple of places I'm considering. There's a new place out at near Woodgate that I might go check out. I've been hearing rave reviews about. It's not cheap though. It's about $30 a night. They got both powered and unpowered sites. But I'll go there and do a live feed from there if I can. But I'm only going to go there for as long as I can get a campsite with water views. So I'm going to ring them up. So they're right on kind of a river, not too far from the ocean's beach. And hang on. And I saw a photo online before that some guy parked right up on the banks of the river with this awesome view. So if I'm going to go somewhere and pay $30 for one night, 2 nights, actually it's more than $30, it's like 32. 2 nights would be $64. And make sure they're going to offer us something really special, particularly if I'm camping there on my own, non-powered. It want to be something bloody good. So I'll ring them up and suss them out. Just a lot of money to pay to just park somewhere for one night, and it's not even powered. They got powered sites and it's about 45. Otherwise, there's good old Dan Crazy that I went to just over a year ago. That might be worthwhile going to check that out. wouldn't mind heading back there. They're not too far away. Or there's that one near Howard. I think it's that town called Howard, I think. They got a really nice spot right on the water's edge. I have a feeling Dan Crazy, which is halfway between Childers and Bingerton. It's about 75 k's drive away from me. I have a feeling it'll be full of caravans that will taken up all those water views. So most likely it'll end up being this place at Woodgate. If they could give me a source photo. Here we got someone wants to send me a message. I wonder if someone is actually watching live. Just excuse me, and I'll try to bring the chats up shortly. Stephen says it's working great. Are you still watching, Steve? So someone trying to send me a message. How do I bring it up on here? Message request. No, there's no message request here. I don't know if there's anyone out there trying to send me a message. I've got a thing popping up saying there's someone trying to send me a message, but it's not shown on here. Sorry if you're watching. Maybe try again. Definitely no go, guys. You'll have to try again. Yeah, maybe something will come up. There we go. Stephen's just sent something. Everyone's asking something. Read the comments on the live feed. I hope they're all not saying the sound sounds like crap. I can't hear you. Let me try to bring the live. Okay. Just bear with me. I was able to bring the comments up on my iPhone, but I've deactivated the iPhone last night, so it's not working anymore. I've cancelled it, and I'm going to be selling it off. So I have to try to persevere to try to get the comments up on here. So just bear with me, guys. I will try. What if I go use a web browser and try to bring up YouTube without logging into my account? Might actually, then I'll be able to just go onto the live feed. I'm logged in. I'll have to use a different browser. What other browser do I have here? Okay, just bear with me, guys. I'll try to sort out, try to bring the chat up. If I open the YouTube app, it won't show me the chat. It won't show me the live feed, so I can't see anything. It doesn't come up under my account. So what's the okay, I'll have to download a browser that's not associated with Google, which I was using one on the iPhone and that's how I was able to bring the app up, the chats up. What can I use? I wonder if Samsung's got a internet app. Yeah, no, I've tried that one. I've only got the one browser. It's already signed in onto my Google account. Okay, let's go to the Play Store and try to download web browser. Can't remember what the one is called that I was using. Browsers for Android. Firefox, that's the one. So I was just install Firefox here, and I'll try to get do a search for my channel name, and I should, without logging in, and I should be able to, which means I won't be able to comment, but I can comment live on here because we are live. Okay, YouTube, it's already installed. youtube.com, go. Okay, good. Where can I search in YouTube? Search. Here we go, search YouTube. Alright, just search for my channel. This might be an easy fix. Live. Okay, it wants me to sign in. I'm not going to sign in. It's playing an ad. Wait a minute, just pause that. Now, where's the chat? Chat. I might have to let it play out a bit. I don't see the chat. Yeah, this could be a problem, guys. There may not be any way for me to overcome this. Not with the Google phone. So, yep, I'm watching myself live here. That's interesting. So what's the go with this, guys? Let me pause that. Hey, magpie! Wherever. Give the scraps to the magpies. I can imagine there probably heaps of comments there telling me not to feed bread to the magpies. It's the first time I've done it, just to show you guys, and it's not much. Enjoy, magpies, before you get flamed, or I get flamed for doing it. They're all fighting over that bit of bread. Holy street, they're all come back. Oh look, they're still coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And got one of those real big gigantic white bird things that are about 5 times the size of the mirrors. It's literally walking over me foot. Guys, you should have oops, sorry. Enjoy. Steve, you better send me a comment what people are talking about. I can't. Let me open my phone up. Aha. And see if this will come up with the... So that's interesting. Does that mean that if your for you folks that are not signed in to YouTube, see, I could go, shut up. I could try to sign in here, and I guarantee if I sign in that link to the YouTube live video will disappear. Just looking for my password. What do I need to sign into? Google, don't I? Yeah, I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know. Is it worthwhile me persevering? Do I really have to? Let's give it a shot, shall we? Okay, let me just see if I can find what I need here. I'll set it up so then I can answer some of your questions. Meanwhile, if you want to just talk amongst yourself. Okay, Google A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Here we go, Google account. Copy. Alright, just got to type in my email address, which is unfortunately, it's my Google account email address. It's absolutely humongous. Well, I made one so long, I've got no idea. Just paste in my password, click on next, and see. Okay, are you trying to sign in? Yes, it is me. Okay, save this login. Live, okay, because I've still got the link on here. We are here. So I am now, so I'm logged in, but where's the chat? If I go into settings, auto, speed, normal, stats for nerds, copy, debug, info, nothing in settings. What if I click on this here? Settings, playback settings, feedback, help, cancel. Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I can't get the chat. Alright, let me try something different. I'm going to try something that might actually work here. So just bear with me. Wait a minute, I should be able to access it from, if I go to my studio, in my YouTube studio. Okay, can I go to, yeah, no, it's giving me a mobile view. It's not allowing me to log into studio. Playlist, membership, channels, about, search, cancel, live. I can see we're live. It sounded like to me the sound, everything is working really good. Because now I'm parked closer to the house and using a network cable. So I can't understand why I cannot bring the chat up. Just will not work on this on this Galaxy. I was able to do it with great difficulty though with the iPhone, but on this just cannot get the app with it. So you just sit there and just chat away with yourself. There's got to be a way to do this, guys. There has to be a way. And any questions you want to know about the batteries, just ask away. Live, what if I click on live thing here, live watching? I'm amazed. There's no... Subscribe. Yeah, I'm just wasting my time here, guys. It's never going to happen. Unfortunately, when I go live from now on using this system, I won't be able to do any chats. I'm going to hit up the manufacturer of this device that I'm using about this and tell them they're just doing it all wrong, guys. You're just doing it all wrong. If you're watching Adamus, if by any chance you happen to be watching this, can you sort this out, please? You've got a wonderful system here that I've purchased at a great price for things like this, but I can't use it. I can't use it. So pull your finger out your rear end and sort it out, please. Something as simple as being able to get onto the chat and then to see. So I can hear the sound playing really good. So let me try to try one more thing here. It's trying to lock me into mobile YouTube. I'm on a Firefox browser. I want the desktop view. I think if I go to, it's really quite annoying. It pisses me off. YouTube.com. Go. YouTube Studio, here we go. Okay, so I'm on a desktop view. So, well, my new video that I posted last night, it's got almost 1,000 views so far, guys. I've never done that within 1 day period, so thanks for that. That's awesome. Just keep it up. Just keep it up. If I keep get 1,000 views per day on that one, I'll be happy. That's the interview with Paul from PowerPaul Australia. So now, just bear with me. I might be able to bring the chat up shortly here because I'm on a desktop view. This is how I've been able to do it. No. Well, I'll be buggered. Come on, Adamus, if you're watching this, I'm going to be contacting you. Here we are. I finally got some chats up. I found a way. Okay. Wouldn't happen on Starlink, mate. It's got nothing to do back with Starlink. This has nothing to do with Starlink. It's to do with my recorder. My screen recorder, which has got the antennas on it, so it can connect to all different, well, yeah, it's a bit techie stuff. So I've got some chats up here. Bloody technology, yeah. Hey, these guys, you Adamus guys, you're watching this, please sort this out, please. Hey, it's freaking useless. what I've got to go through just to go so I can read the chat. I'm going to contact the guys. I'm going to put in a bloody warranty claim or something as such, and try to finish this. Count your fingers when finished eating. It's still got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Still got 8. Oh no, hang on, 10 fingers. Stop eating and reading. I can't scroll back too far. I can only go back from when Buck said, I think Phil is missing 2 fingers. It won't let me, it won't scroll back any further than that. Stop eating and reading. Sunday afternoon entertainment. We can say what we want. You could right up until now. This live feed feels more like Big Brother. That's cool. Good live feed there, watching Phil cook hot dogs and eat them. And 2 of them as well. That's what they're called. I couldn't think what they were called. They're called hot dogs. Let me tilt this water out. Oh, that's pretty warm. That's still very hot. Water and phones do not mix well. Let me give you that for some advice, guys. Don't mix water and phones. Still 78% charge left in the battery. All it's got to worry about powering now is just the fridge. Just let me get some of this gear out the way. Am I the only one that reckons my system is working awesome? My kitchen in the back here. How great is this? Got a little chair when I want to sit down here. Could be pissing down raining. I'm all covered. I'm covered over here because I made this mod here, remember? This mod, I made this myself to cover this section here when it rains. And I got the fridge here, you can saw, and everything is just accessible. It just works so well. I don't really need to bring a separate table with me. This whole bench can be used as a separate table. Just bring this little bit of ply and sit on top of here. It's wonderful. If I need to go something underneath here, just lift the ply up. Guys, I'll tell you a story. True story. It's just happened just before I went filming. I won't talk too loud because he might hear me. Next door neighbour. I went over and introduced myself. This was a new neighbour moved in about 6-8 weeks ago. Empty. And we went over and I introduced myself. He's doing a bit of gardening work out the front. And I said, let me bring the camera closer. Look at Magpie. There you go. Hang on, I've got to bend down. I'm too old to bend down. Us men are not designed to bend down like that. There we go. It's a bit, oh, you're a bit wonky. Hang on, I'll sort myself out eventually. There. Is that straight? There we go. Get a bit closer so we... Shh. Hey. Where's that? Oh shit! I could sit here and over like this, but when us men are not designed to bend over like that. Come on, I'm not that tall. Oh, I'd hate to be 6'7" or whatever. Hey, look. Crew cut this morning at the markets. Love it. My ears are cold though. And my head feels a lot lighter too. Now, so, I'm talking to the next door neighbour, right? Introduced myself. And he says, Oh, I see you like camping, got a decent setup there. I said, yeah, electric button, you know, push a button, rooftop come up, the bed's already made, put the awning out, fold a chair out and camp setup, induction cooktop and ice maker and coffee machine and air fryer and upright fridge, freezer. I told him all the works. And then I told him, yeah, I got it. I do porn tube. I thought it was me. I don't know where it came out. Instead of saying YouTube, I said porn tube. How in the world did that come out? I don't even know if it even exists, porn tube. There we are, I've just invented something. I can make millions. Millionaire. Become a millionaire. I said, oh, hang on, no. Sorry, I meant to say YouTube. I said, I've got no idea where that came from. Just blurred out. Yeah, oh yeah, I do a bit of porn tube on it. Straight away I said it, I cracked up. So, that's my funny story. There were earlier episodes that he cooked pizzas. Yes. Maybe I should take some screenshots and send them to him. Yeah, you better, Stephen, because I can't scroll back any further. I don't know why. At least I have found a way to get these up now, but it's not easy. It's a funny comment. It hasn't been, it's held for review. This message is held by Touring with Tyrone. I'll show it. There we are, where'd it go? That's a classic. Plovers, yeah. Tell me about it. The plovers, yeah, they can get pretty bad at times. What do you reckon? What's the dish thing behind him? Have you noticed that? That is a 2.4 meter dish for my porn tube. No. No, it's not for porn tube. I have spoken about that in one of the prior live feeds one day. That's to pick up satellite TV on a satellite that's located about, I don't know, 50,000 kilometers away above the hemisphere. Because it's 50,000 k's away, hence why it is 2.4 meters across. So with that I can pick up in excess of 100 channels for free from around the world. So that's what that is, guys. Hey, we got the Rob 2 is on. Hello Rob 2. If you don't know who Rob 2 is, we got a Rob 1 and Rob 2. Rob 1 is from Australian Camping, no, what's it? Australian Caravan and Camping. Sorry Rob 1, I forgot your YouTube channel. And we got Rob 2 from The Wanderer. He's The Wanderer. Both great blokes. I've met both of them and camped with both of them. Tell us your password. I don't even know what it is. I got a password manager. I just copy and paste it in. Was meant to be out buying a new camera this afternoon, but this is too good to leave. What are you buying, Wanderer? What are you buying? I got Sony. I love the Sony. I'm thinking about upgrading my Sony camera. So Mr. Buck, I live in Harvey Bay. Why do you call it Harvey Bay? Harvey. Don't know. Prior preparations prevents a piss poor performance, Phil. I don't know, I reckon I did pretty well, Buck. Contrary to, I mean, there's no way, guys. If I was using a gas, one of those gas cookers, I wouldn't be able to cook here because of this breeze blowing through. But I wanted to show you that this is one of the advantages of using 240 volt when you're out and about in the elements, is that the conditions are not going to affect it as much as what you would with gas. So you don't have to sit here with all these big wind block things, whatever thing, windshields or whatever. We've got another message from Brett Smith that's held. I will show that one. I don't know what it means. It's just got PPPPP on it. Holden man, how you going? Hey, just woke up from a nap. Sweet. Cook named the area Harvey's Bay after Augustus Harvey. I didn't know that. Captain Cook. So Captain Cook named Harvey Bay Harvey Bay. Now this is looking a bit bright, doesn't it? Does that look too bright? Hang on. Let me put some doobie whacker weird colours on my camera here so I can use this to adjust my face. Is that better? That should be better. I thought it looked a bit bright there before. Okay. Like Harvey Norman, but spelt Harvey. Oh! Harvey. Always call it Harvey Bay. Harvey. For years, guys. I've lived in this area. I'm not far from Harvey Bay. And I lived this in my whole life. And I've never called it any other way. So am I pronouncing it wrong? If I am, bad luck. I'm just sticking with Harvey Bay. I like Harvey Bay. Nobody believes me. What's this? I don't know what I was talking about at the time. Apparently no. Oh, you're talking about PornTube. Neighbours went inside, called Crime Stoppers. No problems for me, guys. I got a lot of police members in our family. There's 2 detectives and our family. I got an Inductor cooktop in Academy. I buy BT50. I love it. Just some constructive. I'm not talking about the cooking. Talking about having all the technology sorted. Oh yeah, but I love this technology. I mean, this is all sorted out. This is great. I just got to somehow, guys, find a way. These batteries are loaners. They're not mine to keep. I've got 2, as you're aware. I've got the Scout 280, which is inside the house, safely protected. And I've got the 330 amp hour Mercury, which is the better out of the 2. And I love this battery. So somehow I'm going to try to make sure it stays in here. I don't know how I'm going to afford it at this stage. It's going to be a dilemma. But shit, if I have to pull this out and put that iTech World battery back in here, I don't even want to think about it, guys. Honestly, I really don't want to think about having to do that. So Paul's going to try to help me out. He's going to check exactly what the cost is, what it cost him to sell, and he's going to try to help me out with cost, but still probably going to have to spend quite a considerable amount of money on it, and at this stage there's no way I can afford to buy it. And if I can't afford to buy it within about 4 weeks, I think I got max 4 weeks, guys. Originally it was 2 to 3 weeks, but we talked it into 4 weeks. Then these two batteries are going to go up for sale in the Bundy area here. Paul will advertise them for sale. So I really want this. I don't want to let this go. Guys, it's only been in for a couple of days, and I can't tell you the advantages of having these extra amps and having a battery that I know is going to be safe inside my vehicle. Since having this installed, I have not touched the AC plug. I have not had to charge the battery. It just, I mean, think about it, 330 amps. I've got access, and it's a full 330 amps I've got access to, and just fits perfectly. It's made for that spot, so I want to try to do whatever I can to try to keep it in that spot there. I don't know how I'm going to do it. If anyone's got any ideas, maybe I should do a runner. Jump in the car and tour around Australia and delete my YouTube account and my no, not YouTube, leave that one going, and delete my Facebook account. No. I don't know, what's it like, Buck, with no Facebook? Hey, is it good? Just buy a Scout. Yeah, Holden Man said buy a Scout. I mean, that will certainly, although to be honest, Holden Man, he's given me a pretty good deal, but he's going to try to work out. He's given me a pretty good deal on this Mercury, and there's not a real big increase in price for the Mercury over the Scout. And mate, the Mercury's already in here, so I can't fancy my back. I would not be able to. In order to get this in and out of here, you have to lift it straight up and slide it through here. It just barely fits through this gap here, I kid you not, just barely. But somehow, I mean, Paul did it for me, and he's fit and strong, and even he struggled. And with my back, there's no way in the world I'm going to be able to lift that up and take that out. So I don't really want to take that out and swap it and put the Scout in, because it's already in there. So I think he can give me a better deal on this one, I think, than what he can on the Scout. But he's going to look into it. And this is getting really dark, isn't it? Because it's overcast. Being an ex-photographer, guys, I used to work as a professional photographer. And no, it's not for Pornhub. Yeah, is that better? I have nothing automatic on cameras. Everything's manual. Manual shutter speed I set. Manual f-stop. I got autofocus on here because it does a freaking good job on autofocus, the Sony cameras. That's why I went for Sony. And Joey agrees. He just went, it's my pet parrot. Now that looks better. It's all. So if the light conditions change, but then I've got to change the camera in accordance. There we are. Show this message. Sell your body on PornTube. There we are. Even Steve, in one of your messages were sell some shares in YouTube porn. Does that exist? I'm interested to see how these batteries perform. Me too. So far they're performing really well. Someone contacted me yesterday that's been using them for 2 years and he loves it. So he's never had any problems. And they've got really good cells. They've got good gear in them. So it's highly unlikely you're going to have a problem with these. So even the Scout battery has got the EV cells, which is, if I was going to build my own battery, they're the cells I would have used. But in regards to the Mercury, Paul's managed to get hold of the cells that are used in the Victron 12 volt 330 amp hour battery. And if you want an idea how much they're selling their battery with this cell on it, and it's got no BMS, do a Google search. You're going to see it's up around $5,700 for a battery. That's right, $5,700. That's $5,700 for a battery of the Victron with the same cells as what this one's got in it. And this one's a lot cheaper. Shitloads cheaper. So probably the best of the best, the cells in this. And that's the one that's in here now. Turn the lights on, Phil. Oh, I don't need the light. Is it still dark? I did light it up. As I mentioned, it's just the sunlight shade cloud cover through. To me it looks like it's okay now. Oh sweet, Rob 2, I will be out your way this week. Maybe go for a camp out if you're free. Yeah, I want to go camping. I do want to go camping this week, so definitely contact me and let's talk about it. Because I was mentioning even before, I want to go somewhere even as early maybe Tuesday or Wednesday through the middle of the week. And I'm looking at a couple of places. I want to camp somewhere right on where I've got water views, right on the water edge. And I've got 3 places in mind. So contact me and let me know. Awesome. Definitely. I'd love to go camping with you again. And we could probably do a live feed together. Rob, do you have one of those moisture things under your mattress? I've got... Can anyone remember what the one that I've got is called? Actually, I've got some... Let me go grab. I've got some samples in my shed of what you're talking about. So I'll just go to the shed and I'll go grab it, and I won't be long. I can't find it, but I can't remember what it's called. It says condensation mats, the one, Aero Mesh. That's the one, Aero Mesh. I think that's it. I think Aero Mesh is the best. And when I first got the Top rooftop tent and I camped in it for a week and it rained constantly, there was like about 5-6 inches during that week that it rained every day, and I was having major condensation issues. Under the mattress was really damp. So as soon as I came back home, I got the aero mesh that I saved out of the iCamper that I had, cut it up and put it inside there, and I've never ever had a problem with condensation ever since. And I've camped in similar conditions to that week that I was in, and yeah, so it's made a huge difference. Otherwise, without the aero mesh, your mattress underneath is going to go damp and it'll go moldy and introduce mold into your tent, which is the last thing you want. So yeah, we'll message you later today. We'll be up there all week. Awesome. Okay, good. Yeah, alright, good. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Newspaper. Yeah, I've heard some people, the thing is with aero mesh, that's why it's a shame I couldn't find some leftovers. Actually, I might have put it inside the house, but I won't leave just in case. It'd be embarrassing. I go there, come back, and I can't find it still. I think with the aero mesh, it's 1 centimetre high, and it's aero. It's got a lot of air pockets in it, and so it always means you're going to have a layer of air underneath it, particularly when it's stored. And I think that's the secret why it works so well. So yeah. That was a selling point for me too. You're talking about the bunker. I'm not sure which bunker you're talking about. It's at the Oz tent ones. Yeah, pretty tech savvy. Yeah. The aero mesh, I bought it at the local Road Tech Marine store. RTM. They were selling it at the time, and it was on discount. I bought it when they had a big sale on, something like 30% off or something. So I went in there and bought it, and I'm glad I did. So I don't know if they still sell it. That was a little while back. That was probably a few years back that I bought that. Otherwise, I think you can buy it. I think if you go through eBay, you can actually buy it even slightly cheaper than Road Tech Marine. I think there's a place on eBay you can buy it, or online. Yeah, but do a search for aero mesh. If you go online, you can buy it more variety of different sizes. Whereas at the time when I bought it and I had the iCamper, you can know how big the iCampers are. I bought a queen and a single, and the queen was just enough for the main section, and then the single was enough for the fold out section. I still had to cut it down, but now that I bought for the now I've got this one here, I only used the queen section and I cut it down because this is like a double bed size, so I cut it down to fit that. So I still got the offcuts of that, and I still got the offcuts from that folded out section, which is over 1 meter wide by 2.1 meters long or something, and it's sitting here somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. I think it's in my spare room right down the end of the house. Yeah. Waterproof canvas. You know, I've never ever, I've got no idea, I've never ever had to waterproof any canvas. I did I do remember years ago, the first canvas tent that I ever owned when I was in my 20s. So we'll be talking 30 years ago now. That I waterproofed it. And I bought some stuff that's supposed to be really, really good. It was super expensive at the time, very expensive. And you brush it on, and I did it. And it made my tent look like a homeless shelter. Worse than a homeless shelter. It was streaky all over. It was terrible. And it did nothing to the waterproofness. Hardly anything. So it destroyed that tent. That's my first and only attempt ever of waterproofing a canvas. Yeah, it's not cheap that. When I saw it, I know, see, the thing is with Rooftop Marine, they have a lot of big sales occasionally. You know, like Father's Day sale, Mother's Day sale, whatever excuse, Christmas sale. I mean, Christmas is coming up, but keep an eye out. I waited. I wasn't going to pay the price of what I saw then, because I did my research and I came across the Aero Mesh, and they had a lot of very favourable reviews, so I thought, okay, well that's it, I'm going to get the Aero Mesh. And then I searched and saw for the price, and I thought, but hell, I'm not paying that. So then I knew, well, I went to Rooftop Marine and I saw them had them in stock there. So, oh, and guys, it was on special about 2 or 3 days beforehand. It was like 30-40% off or something. And I went in there 2 days after when I realised, and I said, any chances you can match the prices 2 days ago? He said no. I said, well, that's alright, there's no doubt you're going to have another sale coming up, I'll just hang back and wait. So I think I ended up waiting about 2 months, and then I saw it come up for the same sale, so I went and grabbed it then. In the meantime, I just put up with it. So, but it wasn't too bad in the iCamper at the time, because the iCamper only had a mattress. Man, that thing is just a torture machine. So Michael, that's interesting. You got some type of rooftop tent that's gets water through the sides. So when it's raining lots, I use the water-based canvas one. I think, don't know if it seems to work. Have you got a video of your rooftop? I certainly do. If you go back to my YouTube channel, about what, a year and a half ago, when did I get this rooftop tent? Last year in about March or April. I did a whole heap of series of videos on it for Undertop, because they gave me this for a very good price, very cheap. They helped me, and of course I helped them with some videos as well. I filmed for them. Same as the Bundu Suite on the side. Check that out, guys, the Bundu Suite. It's freaking awesome. I'll have to do more videos on the Undertop. I haven't done any videos on it for a while. But yeah, I love it. It's awesome, guys. Absolutely brilliant rooftop tent. I can pull up at camp, okay, and I flick the awning out. Got the ostrich freestanding wing awning. So it's got the hook here where I don't even need to tie a rope back. I just swing it out, walk it out, hook it on the hook, and then that's it. And then I press a button on the side here, 20 seconds and it's up, and the bed's already made up, so I don't need to make my bed. And that's my camp setup, guys. That's it. Same as packing away. That's it. So yeah, brilliant. And then I'll just grab a chair, which I normally keep on a shelf here. I haven't put the shelf back in place here. Normally we'll have a shelf here. I have not put that back in place because I need to replace the positive lead on this battery. You can see on the positive terminal, it's 10 degrees warmer than it is on the negative terminal. So the cable's slightly thinner than what we have on the negative. The cable stays cold. When I was pushing those big high loads, the cable's cold, and you saw the negative terminal was only about 27-28 degrees, and we were looking at extra 10 degrees on the positive. So yeah, you can see the battery's still on 77%, so we consume 69 amp hours. So still got plenty of charge there to last me for quite some time. And you see the fridge is at 5 degrees Celsius, freezes at -19, and fridge compressors at 34 degrees Celsius. Ambient temperature here today is 26 degrees, beautiful day today. And inside the cab is 26.3 degrees. Because I've got the windows open the front, there's a nice cool breeze coming through here. So guys, what's the time? 1:43. Right, I might have to go now. How long have I been on? Because I've just heard visitors pull up. I'm expecting visitors today, and I think I just heard a car pull up. We'll just wait and see if it is them. If it is, we'll log off. Anaconda sell a product called Aquaproof. I've used it on swags and camper tents. Works well. Sweet. Yeah, I still think Aero Mesh is the best. I'm pretty sure there's a place you can go to online. It's a lot cheaper, and they have more variety of the sizing as well. Whereas Roadtech Mesh, last time I checked, it's been a while, Roadtech Marine only sold the queen size. They didn't have the single anymore. No, it must have been just a car pulled up next door. I don't see any evidence of anyone. Yeah, I'm just seeing Joey's just staring at me. I'll have to introduce you guys to Joey one day. Hello Joey. He's very inquisitively watching me. Joey is a parrot that talks, and he's got a real personality, and yeah, he's a good boy. He's so funny, he's very entertaining, and he quite often goes for drives with me in the car and sits on my shoulder. So, hey Mum, is Joey a good boy? Yeah. So, special guest for the live feed. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to put Joey in one day. 112 minutes. That's alright. 112. Well, if we see if we can crack 2 hours, and then I'll go. 1 minute 54. No, 1 minute 54. No, that's not 1 minute 50. That's 1 hour 54. Another 5-6 minutes, and then we'll go. I see a lot of you folks. I'm looking at the graph here of the viewers, and it's just dropped right down in the last 10-15 minutes. So it looks like a lot of you guys have already left. I wish I could scroll up to see the rest of the comments, but it only lets me scroll back so far, which is unusual, but at least I've got the comments here now. You've made me want a pie. Hello Magpie! Yeah, Magpie, right here. Jeez, I can't believe how tame they are. They're such a beautiful bird. But I tell you what though, there's no way in the world I'd go out ride a push bike or a scooter out when there's magpie season. I used to ride a real lot, a push bike, and during magpie season I used to wear a full face helmet. So people used to drive alongside of me when I'm driving on the road and pull up over same speed as me and take their cameras out and take photos of me. But it wasn't as bad because I had a mountain bike at the time. I wouldn't wear a full face helmet on a road bike, push bike. as such, but on the mountain bike, and it's like a downhill, so I had the full proper riding gear on. So they all probably thought I was some hotshot world champion racer in Bundy training. That's the reason why I think they pulled over and took photos of me. Good old Uncle Arthur. Nope, don't know anyone called Arthur. Paste. Check out Snowies. They sell a paste that can put paste that you can put on seams and things. Oh, you know, guys, I used to know a lot about seam sealing and all that. I've got some stuff here somewhere back in the days when I was doing a lot of bushwalking, and but these are mainly to deal with canvas. Well, so I didn't use canvas for that because canvas is too bulky and heavy. So it's mainly to do with polyester, but mostly nylon, or Cuban fibre. Cuban fibre I used to use a lot. Have we hit 2 hours yet? So we've got about 3 minutes to go, and then I'm going to call it quits so I can rest my voice a bit. And what are we at now? Yeah, battery's at 27 degrees Celsius. It's all working good here. Magic. This green. Oh, can't love it, love it, love it. Let me see if there's any updates. I can go on here and do updates on this. Oh, there's a warning. So I've got a warning here. So let's see what the warning says. I can't remember. How do I get into the notifications? A multi-plus compact inverter overload. Warning overload. So it's a warning that was overloading it too much. But I've got some videos. I've been doing a shitloads of testing. I've got a video, guys, where I ran with this battery, this setup. What did I run? A kettle, the air fryer. I ran the kettle, air fryer and a toaster at the same time. I was pushing something like, it's all on video, I just got to edit and upload it, pushing something like 3500 watts. It's about 270 amps coming out of the battery. I was pushing through my multi-plus, which is rated at 1600 watt, and it ran for a while before it come up with they had all the warning. Here's all the warnings here shown. It's 2 days ago, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the 4th of the 11th when I ran those tests. It's all on video, guys. And then the multi-plus, to protect itself, it shut down. So it's one of the safety features. You can never hurt them. The safety features built into the Victron multi-plus, that if you overload them too long, you'll get a warning, and it actually beeps. It goes beep, beep, beep. So I've got a warning here from before when I put it on 1800. So I'll just turn that notification, that warning off. And that would have also sent a warning to my phone as well. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. And look into these tags too. These hang on, I've got to cover my face, otherwise it won't focus on this. Do some of you know what this is? Is it upside down? There. So that's a Ruvi Tag Pro. Okay. So what that is a Bluetooth thermometer. And not only is it also a Bluetooth thermometer, it also records humidity as well. And it connects through the Victron Servo GX via Bluetooth. so they're waterproof. So there's one that you can also use it underwater, so you can monitor your water temperature as well. I got the 100% waterproof one inside the freezer. So I've got 4, one in freezer, fridge, ambient outside the vehicle, one internal. And I've got another Victron one that records the temperature of the compressor on the fridge as well. So they're brilliant, guys. They are absolutely brilliant, these things. I've had these for quite a while because I've bought them direct from Finland and I got them ordered here. So I've had them for well over a year or 2. So and they're still on the original batteries. I have not replaced the batteries as yet. And the upright fridge, oh, Ty, if you're watching, thanks mate, he's going to send me up one of these, I don't know, Ty Fenwick, I think that's it, that's his YouTube channel. And he's got some fridge covers because he uses upright fridge in the back of his vehicle as well. He's got some fridge stickers that he's designed. He sent me a message last Thursday, Phil, do you want some? I said, shit, yeah, no worries. And he said, which one you want? And I let it up to him, let him have a choice which one to supply. So I'll have one of these stickers on here. That'll look awesome. So eventually I'm going to get some merchandise made up. And but these fridges are absolutely, she's chocolate block full, guys. These fridges are brilliant. You guys got no idea. You'll honestly, if you go to an upright fridge, you'll never go back to those chest style fridges. Never. It's just the amount of weight that it's saved out of my vehicle. It's just amazing, considering this is a 110 litre with a 9.5 litre freezer in it. And it takes up less space and room and weighs less than my 75 litre chest freezer. Your normal fridges that slide out on the heavy slides, yeah. But you can see, and you have this myth that people, my back's starting to get sore. Let's just sit down. And you hear all these myths of people saying, hang on, let me move the camera closer. The visitor's not here yet. Maybe they're not arriving. It's pretty late for them not to be here. Yeah, a bit closer. You see, that's probably a bit dark. I'm so happy how reliable this thing is running today. Oh, it's better. Oh, hiccup. My back was getting sore. Standing up, I've been on my feet all day today. I feel a bit buggered. Fair bit of walking. So Dometic. Yeah. This is a Dometic. D-O-M-E-T-I-C. It's really efficient on power consumption. It's just surprising how efficient it is. And yeah, no, I love it. It's the best move I've ever done. I was going for this because it saves so much space. What I've got in here now, my 240 volt system, the Victron system, there's no way I'll be able to do this if I still had a chest fridge freezer, because I just basically I wouldn't be, here comes all the magpies. They decided to come back. I wouldn't be surprised if one going to sit up on my lap now. And yeah, right there, look at them, there's 3 right at my feet just staring at me. They're so cute, love them. They're so entertaining. We got a lot of wildlife here where I am, the birds and that. There's just lots of trees and that. nearby, and it's awesome. You can probably hear all the birds chirping in that. Can you hear them? All the birds and the parrots and the finches, and there's magpies that have their talks, and there you go, you can just hear the magpie then. So, and it's magpie season too. But these ones, no problems whatever. You could ride a push bike up and down the street and they won't even look twice at you. But the poor old postie on the motorbike, ooh, they hate the postie. They chase them all the way up from one end of the street to the other. So, after the stream, I'll work out how you get chat up for you. Yeah, it's just, because I'm using an Thomas, what the hell's this thing called again? It's not a Ninja V. It's similar to the Ninja V Connect, Shogun Connect. A Thomas Shogun Connect. Any problems buying shipping Ruby tags from Finland? Not at all. In fact, I don't know if they're still at present, but if you buy 4 or more, it's free shipping. And they use DHL, if I remember right, so they'll arrive within a week. Hence why I've got 4. Because you buy 4, then you don't pay for shipping. But there are places in Australia that do sell them now. I believe Safari sells them now. And I believe, I don't know if they do, they've been talking about it for a year. When I first told them about it and showed them about it, they said they'll get them in, but I don't think they ever did. The local Victron distributor here, Solar and Sat, last time I was in there, they were talking about, I think we're going to get those Ruby tags in. Hi Luke, how you going? So yeah, I reckon you should go Starlink, Rob, like all the others. Oh, here we go, looking at getting a South-Fi Go for the Ranger, but hearing that may not work anymore soon. Do you have in your rig, mate? No, I looked into those South-Fi Goes, and I didn't buy one because they're a little bit backward technology. They don't support 5G, and I think eventually 5G will just overtake 3G, 4G and so on. So yeah, I thought, well, if you're not going to support 5G, I'm not going to worry about it. So yeah, so I didn't worry about it. And I know Stephen and Rob One uses the South-Fi Go. In fact, Stephen, if you're still on now, you're using your South-Fi Go now, aren't you? Because he's out camping. Yeah, it is cheaper to buy from Finland. I've seen some of the prices they're asking for them here in Australia, and it's quite excessive. It's cheaper to buy from Finland even if you have to pay the freight, and it arrives really quick too. Yeah, it's the Starlink, $450. Isn't that amazing, guys? How cheap is that? $450. I wish their ongoing monthly fees weren't so high. They've got 2 options. One is $138. The other one was it $179 for the RV version. The thing with the RV version, you can pause at any time and start it, mine in monthly increments. You can't have it run in less than a month. So once you activate it, you got to run it for the month. But then you can, if you're not traveling, then you can just close it, pause it, and then go. If you get the cheaper one, then it's ongoing fee you pay all the time. But with the cheaper one, you can upgrade to the RV version, so you can use it remotely. You pay the extra $40, I believe. And then when you're not traveling, you just take that off. So depending if you're living somewhere remote and you want to use it full time in your house as well as traveling, you go for the cheaper version, the home version. Otherwise, if you just want to use it just for traveling around, just get the RV version. Now bear in mind, the RV version, you're not going to be guaranteed a fast speed anywhere you go. Whereas with the home version, where it's registered, your home base, you're going to have a guaranteed service where it'll be at maximum as much as possible. So if you live in a very highly congested area, you're going to get a faster service on your home version than you will with the RV version. And likewise you use with the RV version. This magpie's right at me feet. Likewise, if you're using an RV version and you're going to a popular area that's congested, your speed may be dropped down. I've looked into this, guys, in the fine print. Your speed could be dropped down to maximum 5 download, 1 upload. Okay, 5 download, 1 upload. But to be honest, guys, you folks are buying them for the RV version, and most likely you're going to be somewhere in a fairly remote area or small town area anyway. And to be honest, if you're in a city centre somewhere, and you do get dropped that bad that it's down those speeds, you just grab your phone and just use your phone, because you have 5G coverage there anyway. So but then again, potentially, if you got the RV version, you could do away with the phone as well with a phone plan. You could just use Wi-Fi, just place calls over Wi-Fi with some of these new phones. So it's a further saving you could save there. So yeah. So just bear that in mind, guys. And also, don't expect it's going to be unlimited downloads forever. There are talks that they are going to put a bandwidth, because apparently there's a lot of people out there that are downloading terabytes per month, which is causing some issues with congestion in the more popular areas. So there's talk of bringing in a data limit. You'll be capped at a data limit, and if you go above that, then it's going to be dropped the speed. But if you want to increase your maximum data speed, then you pay for it. You got to pay extra for it. I don't know what the data limit cap is going to be set at. That's the big question. I believe it's starting to happen in France. They're doing testing in France, and I think they're not too far off what's introducing it in America. And no doubt eventually it's going to come here, guys. So yep, it's unlimited data at the moment, but don't expect it to remain that way forever, because especially now here in Australia, where they've introduced this such cheap price to buy the equipment, there is a lot of people buying it now. So there's going to be even more congestion now. And yeah, because I mean, it's already band limited. It's already limited. From when it first started, people getting speeds like 300, 400 downloads, 50, 100 uploads. You won't see that anymore. So they've already introduced a but in particular the upload. They're really hitting the upload. They're really cracking down on the upload speeds, not just the download speeds. Jeez, I've got magpie shit on me leg. Don't shit on me. There's one right next to me foot. They want me to feed them. It's so cool. It's a wonder Joey's not jealous. Oh, he's sitting, he's watching, he's like this, staring at me. Hello, Joey. Don't worry, I won't pat them. What else is there? thought you'd be at Gameri with Steve, Phil. Yeah, Steve contacted me yesterday morning, said pack up and get here, but yeah, no, I had too much on. Trying to find info on the data plans for Starlink, or is it unlimited? Yeah, unlimited at the moment, but like I mentioned before, don't know how much longer. It all depends, guys, what they will cap it off to, because I think you're paying enough already. As long as they introduce some sort of cap where it's if they reckon they got to do this because of the people that are abusing the system, well, why not punish them instead of the average person? Why should the average person be suffering with slower speeds and bandwidth limits, etc., and then having to have to pay? You know, if you want to use it for streaming like most people would do, you'll use it naturally for streaming services like Netflix, etc., and so on, and YouTube while you're out and about in remote areas. So why should you have to be punished and only been able to like stream Netflix for 2 weeks each month, for example? And you're paying $174, $179 a month, and you can only stream Netflix for 2 weeks, potentially, is what could happen in the future. That's not fair. So as long as they put that bandwidth something up like a terabyte or something, you know, or even which is 1,000 gigs, or even maybe 500 gigs would be enough. And then anyone that goes above that 500 gigs, then I think it's very fair then to put a cap on their drop their speeds right down, and then if they want more, then they pay for it. But I reckon you shouldn't even give them that option, to be honest. Auto, hello, how you going? No, Steve, this is not another live stream. This is the same one. I kid you not. I kid you not. It's the same one. I was 2 hours and 18 minutes. So, yeah. The cap is on the home plan only. Okay, so have they already started introducing the cap here in Australia, have they? But not on the RV plan. Yeah, it's going to come. It's going to come. You have Starlink? No, I don't. I seriously considered going for it, only because my broadband at home was up to shit. It was really bad. Let me try to stand my phone up. Yeah, broadband was really bad at home. So I trying to set this up so I can. Oops, there we go. Ah. Yeah, I know, the magpies, they're everywhere. There was about nearly 15 here before. Look, I've got magpie poo on my leg. That's how close they got. What do you call it? Shit. Shit, yeah. They shit on my legs. You shitty on my legs. I don't know when that happened.
Did you see that one?
Where?
That's the white one.
That's not white.
Which color?
It's black and white. Yeah, look, right there, look. Right near me foot. Because they want food. 2 plans on Starlink. You buy the home version. Actually, there's more than. There's actually a ocean version as well, and there's a business version as well. So when you buy, you got business, you got home, you got RV, and you got ocean. Business and ocean are extremely expensive. But if you're lucky enough to be one of these multi-millionaires with $1 million yacht, couple of $1,000 a month is going to be nothing for you guys, so it'll be perfect for those. Business one is the same price, very expensive, but they got no caps whatsoever. They are very fast. You will get your maximum speeds out of them. So for us average people, we got the choice between the home version or the RV version. The home version, you're paying what, $129 ongoing per month, but it's not portable. You can only use it at home. So if you want to use it remotely portable, you pay an extra $40 per month, and then when you're back home, you just take that off and just continue paying the $129. The RV version is $179, and that's fully portable. Use anywhere in Australia. Only in Australia. You can't use it overseas, guys. It won't work overseas. It'll only work in the country that you purchase it from. So if you're only going to use it a little bit, then you go for the RV version, because it's the big advantage with the RV version is that you can actually put a hold on it. You can pause it. So if you're going camping, say, and you're going somewhere remote in 2 months, well, then you can actually pause it, not pay anything. Of course it won't work, but then reactivate it in 2 months ago again, and then you pay your $179, and that'll get you unlimited data for the next month. And then when you're back home, you just deactivate it then. You can't do that with the home version. It's an ongoing $129 per fee per month, whether you use it or not. And then when you want to use it remotely, you pay your extra for the RV option. Now if you buy the home version, I believe you can actually change your account to the RV version, but you cannot bring it back from RV version to back to home version, I don't believe. Or is it the other way around? Could be the other way around. Oh, my brother's here now. I'm on Google, I'm on YouTube live. You want to come on camera?
No, I hate ugly old man.
Old man, it's his birthday today.
Yeah,
He's older than me.
63, but I look 93.
Look at my hair. one and a half. Crew cut, 1.5. Huh? Come on the camera so people can see what my brother looks like. No, he's gone.
Who do you want YouTube with?
I don't know. People, they will comment and I talk to them. They're live. Look, if you go in here, you see yourself in the camera, they'll be able to see you.
Just an old man.
And there's
just an
hundreds
old man.
of people looking at you.
Oh, good, that ain't no me.
Nah.
Did they see that?
No, they wouldn't have seen that because the camera's pointing this way.
I do to everyone now.
Eh?
Come on, Bertie, come here.
Be careful, they'll shit on you. They get that close to you.
Yeah, well, you read it.
Yes, auto, that is correct. You buy the home version, and then if you want to take a portable, pay extra $40 for the month, and you got it. You can use it remotely for that following month. $25? No, I think it's $40. I don't think it's $25. But can you check? I don't know. I don't have an account to check. So those with the home version, if you can go on your account and see how much extra the portability option is per month. So maybe it is only $25. So yeah. So just bear in mind with the home version, you had some ongoing $129 fee whether you're using it or not. That's based at home. So perfect, like I mentioned before, perfect for you guys. Even you guys living in the city. How does it make it portable? I got no idea, mate. Somehow Elon Musk has set it up so that when you're away from your home base where it's registered, if it's not set to portability mode, you can get in trouble. So, how you going, Dean? Been on for a while. I don't know if I'll be on much longer because I've got visitors here now. Brother's just arrived and it's his birthday. So, yeah. So, Lee Farmer says you can pay an extra $25 a month for portability. Is that so? I thought it was, yeah. Did you say, as far as I know, it's $40. But, hey, it could be $25. You only pay that. I know Rob Wonder's got the home version. He got the home version because he's got even though he lives in the city, Brisbane, his home broadband is very, very bad, so he's bought it to replace his network at home. So he's going to predominantly will be set up permanently at home, but he's also going to get a bracket made up to fit on his camper, so he can take it when he's going camping and use it portable that way. I know Brett Hooker's recently bought one. I know Buck's bought one. I think Buck's bought the RV version. So Buck will have the option of, he could use it at home and replace his home. Yeah, that's it, $25 US. I think, yep, I think that's where it is. I'm pretty sure I thought it was extra $40 per month with those with the home version. So, yeah. Yeah. So Buck, I mean, there's no issue. He could use his, no problems. He could use his no problems. It sounds like my brother's sweeping the garage out. He must be bored. No problems, you could use at home base as well, but you're paying $174 continuous. But at least Buck's got the option that when he's finished his travelling around Australia, he can put it on pause and not pay anything. If I register my phone to my home Starlink, my phone will be connected to it if I go away, and I can hotspot to my partner's phone. No, mate, it just works like a router at home. Any normal router, you get a router and it's Wi-Fi and just connect to it by Wi-Fi. So wherever you got it set up, you got the router, and you get your phone, connect to your router by Wi-Fi, and bingo, you got service. Yep, that's it. Portability added to the home version brings the monthly cost to that of the RV version. It does, yep. But like I mentioned, the RV version, remember, you can pause it. So when you're not traveling, you don't have to pay anything. But with the home version, it's an ongoing fee. The only way to stop that is if you totally 100% just cancel your account. Yep, you use the one unit, you just take it with you. It's portable. I don't know how big it is. It doesn't look too big. I read if you pause it, it's hard to get it put back on, as they may give your spot to somebody else. Really? Huh. Probably that might mean those places that can't take any more. I don't know about that one, Steve. You can't pause the home version, no. I believe not. The home version cannot be paused. You got to pay that all the time. So yeah. So if you buy one and you only plan to want to use it just when you're going away on your big trips of caravan, 4-drive, Simpson Desert or anywhere like that, and then go home and just continue using your standard broadband network at home, buy the RV version. It'll work out cheaper for you. If you want it to replace your home broadband connection, go for the home version, and then when you go traveling, just pay the extra $40 to make it portable. And then when you come home, turn off the portability aspect of it and just use it at home. That is one very good thing to do as well, Wanderer. Just don't worry about it. Yeah. That's right too, Jeff. Sometimes you go away camping away from the place to get away from the tech. But for some people that are living full time on the road, or you're in very remote areas, I mean it's great to catch up to YouTube, Netflix and all that as well. Just streaming, use it for streaming as well. Instead of paying the big dollars for, potentially here's another way you could save money. I see so many caravans, guys, that are setting up with these big portable, automatic satellite dishes worth $3,000 plus, and then spend an extra $200-300 on the satellite receiver, and you press the buttons and all this, and what do you pick up? Free to air TV and all that. With this Starlink, guys, you can stream because it's unlimited at the moment. So you could still stream, go and buy through your apps, through Channel 7 app, Channel 9 app, Channel 10, ABC, SBS, all got the apps. You just use that to stream through, and then you got your Netflix and you got your YouTube on top of that, and whatever other Disney Plus or whatever other streaming network that you're connected to. So you don't need a satellite dish. All you guys at these caravans going spending all this money on your satellite dishes, just go and get the Starlink and just use that to stream. You can buy TVs now, smart TVs, that have got the streaming apps all built into it. You can stream your free-to-air TVs and so on. Just make sure you get one of those TVs, and yeah, and that's a further big saving there, guys. Honestly, I wouldn't there's no way in the world I'd be buying a satellite dish if the Starlink is available. There's no way in the world I'd spend all this money on satellite. Yeah, exactly, Nikki. Yeah. If you move your home version and try to switch it back to your original location, you might have lost your original spot. Yeah, don't know. That'll be a bummer if that happens, isn't it? But do you lose your home version? I didn't think you would lose it. I thought it would be always activated at the home. It's always got to be activated. It has to be activated in a home location somewhere. See, Buck would be able to answer that. He's got the RV version. I mean, has he had the app? Do you have to pick? I'm pretty sure you have to pick a home address, a home place. Now, if you don't use it within 2 months, okay, so this is how it works, guys. They all got to be activated to your home address. And when it's activated to the home address, particularly with the home version, you're guaranteed to get the maximum speed that's possible. So there'll be less chance of suffering from congestion. You will not get that guarantee with the RV though, although you still got to nominate a home location for it. Now what happens is if you don't use your Starlink within 2 months in your home allocated address, then you have to re-register it as a new home. So you have to, when it's allocated a home address, you got 2 months. So if you're not back home within 2 months, then you got to re-register it. Now, this, particularly with the home version, it has to be re-registered in a new home location, and then that'll go for 2 months. And then if you don't use it within 2 months of that, then you got to re-register it another place. So when you're traveling full-time in Australia, you'll pretty much is what you'll have to do. I don't know if that's exactly the same with the RV version. Possibly not. And so yeah, just stick with Telstra 5G. Probably this Telstra 5G doesn't cover a lot of areas in Australia. And myself, I'm sticking with Telstra 5G. I'm not getting the Starlink. I'm not buying it. Home is registered, and you just tell Starlink you're going camping. Yeah, but they'll only hold that 2 months, I believe. If you're away for more than 2 months, then you have to register a new home address for your Starlink. Yeah. So as far as I know, I've been looking quite a fair bit into it, guys, because I'm a bit of a techie guy myself. I'm a technician. I'm a tech, computer tech, electronics tech. Got to cut the grass. Yeah, I did that a few days ago. Such a shit job cutting grass. So yeah, alright, this has been great. Personally, I would wait 12 to 18 months for Starlink. Yeah, I agree. It's great now at the moment, but when there's more and more people, particularly with this huge influx that's coming in here in Australia now with these $450 deals coming through, it'll be interesting to see what sort of issues that's going to cause with bandwidth, congestion and so on. So yeah, that's going to be really, really interesting, guys, to see what happens with that. So I'm not buying it. I'm not getting it. But if I had a caravan and I was about to travel around Australia, I'd have no hesitation. I'd go and get it. Not even think twice about it. I would have had it by now. So okay, guys, I'm going to go now. And yeah, I shall catch up with you next time on this awesome live feed. It's worked out really well. So yeah, brother's on the phone now. So guys, that's awesome. We've been on for quite a while. Got visitors here. Brother's birthday, so we've got to go and celebrate it a bit with him now. So thanks for tuning in, and I shall see you all next time, eh? Let me check if there's any messages that I have missed. Great live stream, mate. We'll message you later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Yep, awesome. Do that. I'll wait to hear from you. Let's go. Let's do something. Let's go away somewhere. And I'll have my induction cooktop. I'll have my air fryer. I got a roast sitting in here. Waiting. So, yeah, let's do it. So, cool.